In today's world, symbols are everywhere, on clothing, jewelry, artwork, and even home decor. Many of these symbols seem harmless, even trendy, but some carry spiritual implications that most people don't realize. As Christians, it's crucial to understand that these symbols can open doors to spiritual deception and darkness, even unintentionally. The Bible warns us in Hosea 4 verse 6, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Could there be symbols in your life right now that are tied to the enemy's schemes? In this video, we're going to explore 7 demonic symbols you need to remove from your life immediately. These symbols have connections to occult practices, pagan worship, and outright rebellion against God. Stick with us to the end to learn how to discern and take action to cleanse your home and life of these dangerous influences. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content on Christian living and spiritual discernment. And as we go through these symbols, let us know in the comments if you've seen any of them or had experiences where they caused spiritual unease. Now, let's begin. Number 1. The Black Sun. Also known as Schwarze Sun, the Black Sun is a symbol deeply rooted in occult mysticism and associated with the pursuit of hidden, dark spiritual power. Its origins trace back to Germanic paganism, where it was used in rituals to symbolize power drawn from the cosmic void or hidden realms. Later, it was infamously adopted by the Nazi occult movement, particularly through the ideology of the SS under Heinrich Himmler. This symbol represents the absence of divine light and instead glorifies human self-sufficiency, rebellion, and the pursuit of enlightenment. The image of the Black Sun often features a circular design with 12 radial segments or runic-like symbols, suggesting an eternal cycle of hidden power. Its geometric complexity and abstract nature have made it appealing in New Age movements and modern occultism, where it is used in meditative practices or rituals meant to awaken internal energy or power. Its presence in modern culture is subtle yet pervasive. It can appear in tattoos, jewelry, clothing designs, or even as part of artwork. Some people use it unknowingly, drawn by its aesthetic appeal or the allure of its mystical reputation. However, the spiritual implications are profound. The Bible warns us to avoid symbols and practices that glorify darkness or the forces of evil. Ephesians 5:11 reminds us, "Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them." Number 2. The chaos symbol. This consists of 8 arrows radiating outward, often interpreted as representing infinite possibilities or boundless freedom. While it might seem like an innocent or even empowering design, the deeper meaning is rooted in rebellion. The chaos symbol glorifies disorder and rejects God's established order of creation. In the Bible, God is described as a God of order, not chaos. For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. Satan, on the other hand, thrives on chaos and confusion, which makes this symbol particularly dangerous for Christians. In occult traditions, the chaos symbol represents a state of disorder where natural and spiritual laws are overturned. It glorifies the idea of breaking free from authority and embraces a worldview where anything goes. Morality, structure, and divine truth are all considered restrictive and unnecessary. This mirrors the deception of Satan, who rebelled against God's order in pursuit of self-glorification and chaos. The Bible warns us about such lawlessness in 1 John 3:4, stating, "Everyone who sins breaks the law." In fact, sin is lawlessness. Wearing or displaying the chaos symbol can subtly influence your mindset, normalizing rebellion and a lack of spiritual discipline. Instead of embracing chaos, Christians are called to align themselves with God's order and peace. Number 3. The pentacle. The origins of the pentacle can be traced back thousands of years, long before its association with occult practices. In ancient Mesopotamian cultures, the 5-pointed star was a symbol of power and protection, often used in rituals to ward off evil spirits. In modern times, the pentacle has become a central symbol in witchcraft, Wicca, and other occult traditions. It is often used in rituals, spells, and invocations to harness spiritual or supernatural forces. The 5 points of the star are said to represent the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, each of which is considered a cornerstone of pagan spirituality. The enclosing circle is believed to signify unity and the interconnectedness of all things, as well as serving as a boundary for spiritual protection during rituals. The pentacle is also used as a talisman for protection, energy, or guidance in magical practices. Wiccans and other pagans often wear it as jewelry or inscribe it on tools used in ceremonies, believing it helps focus spiritual energy and create a sacred space. Inverted pentacles with 2 points facing upward have an even darker association, symbolizing Satanism and rebellion. This version is commonly known as the Satanic pentagram. To learn more about the pentagram and its deeper implications, be sure to check out Part 2 of this video series. You'll find the link in the description below. Some argue that the pentacle is just a geometric design or a symbol of personal beliefs, and that its meaning is determined by the intent of the user. However, symbols carry inherent meanings based on their historical and spiritual associations. The pentacle's long-standing use in occult and pagan traditions makes it more than just a neutral shape. It is a symbol tied to spiritual rebellion and practices that oppose God's truth. Number 4. The lightning bolt. This is a symbol that might seem simple and striking, but its deeper spiritual connotations reveal a darker connection. In Luke 10 verse 18, Jesus says, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven," referencing the moment of Satan's rebellion and expulsion from God's presence. Because of this biblical association, the lightning bolt has come to symbolize rebellion, destruction, and defiance against divine authority. In particular, it has been embraced by satanic and rebellious subcultures, such as heavy metal bands and occult circles, where it symbolizes defiance, personal power, and breaking away from traditional norms. This association normalizes rebellion against God's order and promotes a spirit of pride and self-exaltation. Number 5. The Leviathan cross. Also known as the Satanic cross, this was originally associated with alchemy, where it symbolized the element of sulfur. Sulfur in turn was linked to fire and brimstone, commonly associated with hell in Christian teachings. In this context, the Leviathan cross was a representation of transformation through fire, both physically in alchemical processes and spiritually in the idea of personal empowerment through destruction and rebirth. This notion aligns closely with the rebellious spirit of Satan, who seeks to destroy God's order to elevate himself. The symbol was later adopted by Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, as a representation of modern Satanism. LaVey gave it the name Leviathan Cross and used it to symbolize pride, self-reliance, and defiance against God. The double-barred cross mocks the Christian cross, turning it into a symbol of rejection of Christ's sacrifice and divine authority. The infinity loop beneath it signifies eternity without God, an eternity of self-exaltation and rebellion. The name Leviathan is also significant. In the Bible, Leviathan is a sea creature described as a powerful, destructive force. In Job 41, it is portrayed as untamable, symbolizing chaos and pride. Many theologians interpret Leviathan as a representation of Satan or the forces of evil. The connection between the Leviathan cross and the biblical Leviathan underscores its alignment with rebellion, chaos, and defiance of God's authority. The Leviathan cross has become a prominent symbol in modern satanic and occult practices. For the Church of Satan, it is a badge of pride, representing the rejection of religious dogma and the celebration of individualism. This aligns with the satanic tenet of "do what thou wilt," a philosophy that prioritizes personal desire and will over any moral or divine law. In occult rituals, the Leviathan cross is used as a sigil to summon demonic forces or invoke the spirit of Leviathan. It is believed to represent power, autonomy, and the breaking of spiritual boundaries. These associations make it not only a symbol of rebellion, but also a spiritual doorway to deception and darkness. Number 6. The unicursal hexagram. This is a 6-pointed star drawn in one continuous line. This symbol gained prominence through its association with Aleister Crowley, one of the most influential figures in modern occultism and the founder of Thelema. Thelema is a spiritual philosophy that promotes self-will over submission to God. Crowley introduced the symbol in the early 20th century as part of his esoteric teachings. He designed it to symbolize balance and the unification of opposites, such as good and evil. a concept that directly opposes biblical truth. The Bible makes it clear that good and evil cannot coexist. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. Isaiah 5:20. The unicursal hexagram is also often used in ceremonial magic, where it is drawn to invoke or banish spiritual forces. Crowley included it in the rituals of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, a secret society focused on mysticism, alchemy, and the occult. The symbol's continuous design was seen as a powerful sigil, or magical symbol, capable of focusing spiritual energy and influencing outcomes in rituals. The unicursal hexagram is closely tied to the concept of as above, so below, a phrase central to occultism that signifies the mirroring of spiritual and physical realms. This idea is rooted in Hermeticism and promotes the belief that humans can influence spiritual forces to achieve their desires, an idea that directly contradicts the Christian teaching of submission to God's will. And last but not least, number 7, the 666 symbol. This is one of the most infamous symbols in history, widely recognized as the number of the beast from the Bible, where it appears in the book of Revelation. This calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666, Revelation 13:18. Its association with Satan and the end times has made it a central figure in discussions of spiritual warfare and Christian eschatology. However, its meaning and usage go far beyond simple numerology, carrying profound spiritual implications for Christians. This passage refers to a time during the Great Tribulation, when the Antichrist will rise to power, demanding worship and allegiance through the mark of the beast. The number 666 symbolizes the Antichrist's rebellion against God and his attempt to counterfeit Christ's authority. It is often interpreted as a representation of imperfection and incompletion. In biblical numerology, the number 7 symbolizes divine perfection and completeness. So 666, falling short of 777, emphasizes rebellion, imperfection, and human failure apart from God. Satanic groups frequently use 666 as a symbol of allegiance to Satan and rejection of God. It appears in satanic rituals, sigils, and iconography to glorify rebellion and spiritual deception. Having 666 on clothing, tattoos, or decor can normalize its presence and open the door to spiritual confusion or even oppression. The symbol represents far more than a number. It is a direct link to the enemy's rebellion against God. If this video has opened your eyes to something you need to remove, let us know in the comments, and if you haven't already, make sure to watch Part 1 and Part 2 of this series on symbols to gain even deeper insight into how these spiritual influences might be affecting your life. Links are in the description below. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content on spiritual discernment and Christian living. Remember, true protection and peace come from God alone. By keeping our lives free of these symbols, we can stay aligned with His light and truth. Let us always choose to walk in the light of Christ, rejecting the darkness and embracing His truth.